Okay. Hello. Welcome to log 72, I believe. It is 11:27. Yep. That's right. I had another overtime, which kind of went over overtime. It was more like an hour and a half. But whew, man, what a Monday. It's Monday for 20 something more minutes. I gotta say, right now, my computer and I are both borderline overheating right now. My computer has like 60 different tabs open. Opening something takes a minute, and I am also kind of losing that brain capacity right now. So, I will be healthy, and I will go to bed. Because we're waking up at 6:30 tomorrow anyway. Man, okay, so first off, before we start anything, I would just like to take a second and say how much I've grown to appreciate these logs. Like, I love reading a couple of you guys who comment on almost every one. I really do appreciate them. They're very fun. And just sitting down at the end of every day, looking at this camera, talking about how just today went, it makes me prioritize every day individually. When I was busy last semester, last finals, spring semester, junior year, I overworked myself so hard that by the end of finals, I threw up. Seriously, it took so much of a physical and mental toll on my body that my body thought that there was an illness. No, it was just me. It was just my stubborn refusal to take care of myself at all. Is my chair all the way up? It is. Okay, I just feel short. My posture's bad. But anyway, absolute habit shift from this year. But yeah, I was working today a little bit, and yes, that's what I was saying. Last semester, when I was overworking, the days just blended together. I had no idea what time it was, what day it was, how I was feeling, if I was human. Sometimes I'd just look away from my computer and everything still looked two-dimensional. Yeah. Not a great time. Didn't even think about eating well, exercising. No. I was a ghost that did work and then did nothing else. So, this semester I get to experience the joy of finals while also remaining human, maintaining my awareness of my physical form. It's kinda nice. I still took breaks, 20-minute breaks after every hour, and I did try to keep up the no 3-hour blocks in a row. Didn't exactly have dinner, actually. I had two meatballs, just homemade meatballs that I had brought from home, and chocolate. And trail mix and stuff. I've been munching. I have some fruit. So it's not been the worst snacking, but it's still, I haven't really sat down and made myself dinner because I don't have pasta. I made pasta last night. That was so cool. That was really cool. But that kind of took a while, and I don't have a while today. Yeah, speaking of. Yeah, so this is, when I said it was crunch week, it is absolutely crunch week, although I really don't want to call it crunch week anymore, because this whole day, I've been fighting all of those old habits, that mindset where I wanted to go back into hard work, you know? When you think of college student hard work, you think of all-nighters, living off of energy drinks, stuff like that, just becoming a vegetable, wasting away at your desk, which is what I did last year. It's glorified. And yeah, that's Actually, why don't, let's not encourage that. We're made to believe that that is necessary for success. However, especially in my line of work, when it's more creative based and it, thrives when you're feeling good, abandoning my personal, mental, and physical and spiritual health for a little more work with a little less quality, not worth it. So, I don't know. I made the decision today, in the middle of the day while I was walking across campus, that if I ever say hard work, I'm gonna work so hard on this, I'm gonna try and change that to, I'm gonna try my best. I feel like that has the same implication that I'm going to give it all I got, without the self-abandoning undertones. It's working hard implies pain involved. And there could be pain, but it could be a labor of love, while still prioritizing health and stuff. So trying my best implies work plus self-care, because it means that I am at my best, which usually means I'm taking care of myself. So, one little thing at a time. I did the little workaholic questionnaire in week 10 of The Artist's Way of the book. I mean, I knew I was a workaholic. I know I still kind of am. I'm recovering. Because it really is an addiction. Some of the questions were, do you just do you allow yourself time to do nothing? And I had to think about it. I was like, no. I don't. I've been trying. But it's been hard. Tricky. But it was really nice to fill out some of these questions and know that they used to be worse. But now I was able to only say seldom instead of often or never. So I am absolutely making progress. In the middle of my work tonight, I had a dance break. I pulled up Just Dance on YouTube, and I did a couple dances in my room, and that was very nice. And those 20-minute breaks in between the hours have been crucial, because today, I know I'm saying all these great positive things, but I was so hard on myself today, because I started the day with the crunch week, hard work mentality, where I just knew I was going to put myself through so much pain, and I was going to forget all of my needs, and I was fully prepared to just run until I failed kind of thing. And then I started procrastinating. I think I slept in. No, I didn't. No, I did set my alarm for 7:30, although I stayed up too late last night. I woke up, got out of bed a half hour later, and then I dragged my feet a little bit this morning. I did still do the morning pages and yoga and everything. And then I was already just messing with my hair so much, and then it felt greasy, and then I felt gross, and I was like, ugh, I'm scum of the earth. So then I took a shower. Fun thing though, it was pretty windy this morning, and my hair was just a little bit still wet, so when I was walking to class, I got a free blow dry, so my hair's been kind of extra fluffy today. It kind of looks styled, but nuh-uh, just woke up like this. Oh. No, but class today was very fun. I'm learning how to rig. I'm rigging the little Gerald model, and it's janky right now. It's very janky, but it's a full skeleton with NURBS primitives and control circles and stuff. A whole lot of file management. So hopefully the exciting things are going to happen on Wednesday. So the rest... after that. Right. Okay, so after that I had a stream. I did a stream on YouTube. It was, it's promotional for the online course. I had a few people... I set out an open call, basically, for Instagram followers to send me some of their original characters and a little bit of their lore. And I was just going to take a look at their character designs and their lore and see if I can incorporate some of that. It was like kind of a critique, but also just a redraw. It was nice. It was small. I think there was like a maximum of 9 people watching it at a time, but it was just so sweet. My friend was on there. She was at work and she was watching, so that was sweet. But it was really cool. Just having fun, making up a little bit of a character design and having comments actually invested in the design, giving their input, and it was sweet. It was a good time. And it was probably the most social interaction I had all day, if you even count that, because I have been spending the entire day working alone. Kind of getting to me now. I was like, oh, I haven't talked with anyone really today, except for like my professor in the hallway. But, and then yeah, after that, it was editing time. I have so many videos to edit, and they all take so long. I've realized with the timers that each video takes about 2 hours because of the subtitles for the online course. They want me to put in subtitles, and they're mostly automatic, but I have to go in and manually edit every single one because I talk at a weird rhythm. I think at a weird rhythm, so there's a lot of random quiet spots and talking really fast and then not that much at all. And then, so like auto captions who are used to, captioning for people who are probably either reading off of a script or talk normally, can't really keep up with whatever is coming out of my mouth. So I have to manually go in and edit every line. So that takes a lot of time. There might be an easier way, but if there is, I'll figure it out a month later. That's just the way how we learn. So yeah, I just spent the rest of the night working on that, and I think I got 3 or 4 videos done, which is cool, but I still have 3 left. And I wanted to get them all done tonight. But it's 11:40. And I'll be waking up early. So I'm going to have to just take the L on it. Really. Old me would have stuck it out and not gone to bed until it would have been done. But it would have been motivated by fear. I would have finished it for the sole reason of being scared that my manager would be disappointed in me. That I'd get ridiculed and kicked out and I'd have no future forever, and I'll be like the rejected, sad street cat in the alleyway getting rained on, you know? But now, we are starting to realize that, hey, I'm a person. A lot of stuff happened this weekend, alright? I genuinely didn't have a lot of time. Plus, also, senior show, and I'm a student, and most people have a little more free time in their day. I have been trying. I've been procrastinating a little bit, but I have been trying. So, and this is the longest module out of all of them, so this is going to be the heaviest. But basically, I'll be okay if it's late, alright? It's for an understandable reason, and I still made promotional reels in the stream. The stream was for the online course too, so I did a lot. And I'm fine. And most importantly, I am trying my best. But yes, so the thing is, right, I started off this morning feeling so down on myself. It was all like, I need to do this and that and that and that. And then it was motivated by fear again. I woke up and all of a sudden I was in this debt again. I was in this self-worth debt. And I needed to make it up so I could feel like I can exist as a person in the world today. There was no self-love right off the bat. It was like, scratchy, whatever, messing with my hair. So, but I wasn't really aware of that because that was the mindset I've been used to for at least 5 years, at least. Jeez, probably my whole life. So, then I started to, get mad at myself for being mad at myself, and it started to loop again. But throughout the day, I was able to somewhat stave off the spirals. I was like, okay. I never got stressed. Like, there wasn't that much anxiety happening today. It was just a little bit of self-loathing, the usual. So, yeah. However, this has a good ending because during one of my breaks tonight, I started coloring my one wallpaper I had made, my big sketch collage of the ideal self. And then suddenly I was reminded of all of the joy and the amazing hopes and dreams I have for my future. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing all of this work, all of these projects because I want to. I do this because I love it, because it makes me happy, not because I'm trying to prove anything. And throughout the day, I started to, give myself some internal validation. It's weird, because I've been relying on external validation my whole life. Teachers and parents and stuff, friends. But being able to suddenly, approve of what you're doing on your own and be proud of yourself and say, oh, I've been doing a good job. I deserve a treat or something. It's crazy. It feels weird, but I think we're getting a little more used to it, and yeah. Very cool. Oh, and for the Artist's Way, I read the rest of week 10. There's only 4 tasks again, but they're also more potent, I think. The first task requires a whole craft thing, so I guess we're just moving into the bigger things near the end of the course or whatever. But the other things in the passage, the reading this week, were toxic patterns, toxic behaviors, kind of workaholism and escapism and stuff like that. And, well, escapism isn't that toxic. I wasn't talking about that. It's all moderation. But talking about jealousy, which I don't think I have too much of a problem with. That one, genuinely, I think I'm alright on. Even after reading it. And then there was fame. Which, I have a decent bit of on Instagram. I blew up on TikTok in 2020, so I've dealt with some pretty big numbers for a little bit, and I am grateful for it every day. It's so fun to be able to share my stuff with so many people. But yeah, just talking more about if you focus on the projects and what other people will think, then you abandon what you think of it and stuff like that. Just reminding yourself of where the creativity really comes from and who it's really for. Important things to remember. So, yeah, that's neat. There's still so many things that I didn't do today that I should do and I said I would do. It's just, oh man, my show is coming up in 4 days. No. Well, basically 4 days. And the course I'm behind on, and I'm kind of just behind on everything except my classes. Those are fine. But those aren't really a thing anymore. But I just have to trust that it will work out, even though the numbers just aren't lining up, and I don't have enough hours in each day to do everything. I also tend to pile all of my tasks on at once and just look at the whole thing. Well, because it used to make me feel proud of how much work I put on myself. But now it's more of a, okay, we're being dramatic, just one thing at a time. And there's still the comic I want to make. I cleared out my personal project time today to work on the modules because meant to work on it this morning, but had a slow morning. And that's alright, I needed that. But yes, we are going to work through this. We are going to survive my senior finals week, and we will come out of it with compassion. I am in the trenches with compassion. I'll get myself a nice dinner next time. Tomorrow. I'll eat good. But yeah, early morning tomorrow, so I'm gonna wrap this up even though I know there's stuff I should be doing, but sleep. Sleep and rest. Oh, last thing before I go though. Saw that we're almost at 31,000 on YouTube, which is like really fun. Haven't seen my socials numbers go up in a while, and I will admit it is pretty motivating. It's kind of fun to look at, but yep. Okay, that's it. Bye. See you tomorrow. Vlog 73.